what to say. It was, damn. I mean, I thought that was as good a first half as we've played all year if you looked at offense and defense. And I was really pleased with the penetration kickouts, the open threes. We just couldn't make one the first 4 or 5 minutes. And then we started making our threes. We started moving the ball. You know, we get 20. There's some incredible stats, and then some, again, crazy ones. 22 assists on 26 baskets is good. We have 10 blocks is great. We shoot great from the line. We shoot great from the three. But I thought we took some selfish, poor shots. More than a couple guys. I thought we made some tough twos. I mean, we missed a lot of tough twos because the NBA and anywhere else, that's what everybody wants you to take is a tough two, a leaner off the run, off the dribble. And I give Toledo a lot of credit. We were 26 up, and we said, let's put it away now. And we missed the shot. They came down and hit one. And then that last shot, you know, we just backed up and let them shoot it right in our face. And I gave them some momentum going into halftime. And you know, y'all wonder why I sometimes go off a little bit at halftime. I should have, because I didn't inspire us very good, and we didn't inspire ourselves very good. And I'd say that the coach that did the better job at halftime was Todd. He got his team ready. They came out, played, I thought, harder. And, I mean, our defense early was so good. It was so good. And even late, it was good from the three and everything. But they drove us a little bit more. We just looked a step slow. Our wings did not compete very well defensively after a good start. And so then we were left with, instead of enjoying the day and the game and giving some guys a chance to play that should have played a little more, we had to kind of grind it out. So disappointing in that respect. But, again, I could find probably 20-some minutes of really, really, really good. And it shows our immaturity yet. And as I told my captains, a lack of leadership on who could get guys rallied the second half. I did feel like my point guards played a lot better. AJ got a little out of control the second half, but I was really pleased with his kickouts in that the first half. Tyson, I thought, played really well, and 6 assists and no turnovers, and made some shots. Missed a couple of those tough runners, but made some shots. So those were encouraging. Gabe and Max just struggled to shoot the ball, really. And then that struggling to shoot, I think, caused some struggling to guard. So all in all, you know, I was worried whether we were ready to play. We were really ready to play. Our offense wasn't great. Our shooting wasn't great, but our defense was great. And second half, we just played the score and give them credit. They did a better job.
Tom, that was something that Max said when he came in here, was winning, particularly those first 4 of the second half. Is that something that you're kind of IDing right now going into Big Ten play?
Yeah, we're going to really look at that film and really try to figure out how many bad shots we took. We have not taken many bad shots all season in my mind, but we did take some quick shots, I should say, you know, and that's where Tyson and you know, what I'm going to have to say to him is he's got to be a little more demonstrative on, hey, we're not doing that, or hey, you know, I told Gabe, you know, we're 12 up. They went on a, you know, they hit 3 or 4 baskets, and he comes down and jacks a wide open. You know, that's the problem. They're wide open, but time and possession, you know, stuff that they don't learn in AAU ball, you know, it's, and that one wasn't the time. It was the score and the rally and what they did, and we did not act very mature in those areas. So we gotta shore that up. I'm sitting here. What are we now? 7-2, and I still think played one of the better schedules in the country. And our defense is way ahead of where I thought it would be. Our offense is below where I thought it would be, and the turnovers are way more than I thought they would be. So there's some positives, there's some negatives.
Tom, 24 minutes for Jayden today. What has he shown you to increase his role as much as he has these last couple of weeks?
Well, I mean, Jayden brings some energy. Let us in rebounding. He plays hard as hell. He plays good defensively. Every once in a while, he too makes a good shot, a bad shot by leaning in that. When he was squared up on those threes, he made every one of them, you know. And that's part of the immaturity or part of the youth, I guess is a better way of putting it. And, you know, there's times out there we got 2 and even 3 freshmen, and then we got, you know, a new point guard. It's going to take some time to figure out how to play together and what we got to do. But I think we got a lot we can use in the film. I think we can get a lot out of, you know, how that first half. I mean, if turnovers ever made a difference, we got 36 shots the first half with 4 turnovers, and we got, you know, 30 shots the second half with 8 turnovers, but we got more free throws in the second half. So turnovers make a difference, you know, and we're going to be able to harp on that.
Well, Tom, it's funny that you brought up turnovers because I would say, I guess what would impress you more in this game? You had 12 turnovers, but not a lot of, I guess, bad ones, or that you had 22 assists on 26 shots made.
Yeah, you know, you're right. We did not have a lot of bad turnovers, you know. I thought both of AJ's, and I told him, and he agreed. You know, he took one too far and the guys are trying to pass it in. You know, another thing that was a shame I didn't say is, as far as being unselfish, he and Tyson threw some great lobs, but they were lobs that were lobs, and I was taught by a guy that's up giving God some problems probably right now. I was taught by a guy that's got to be an ascending pass, not a descending pass. And those were kind of lobs, and I mean, we missed, I think, 3, 4 dunks on lobs, you know, 2 in a row. And but the encouraging part is we're looking for them. We're throwing them. We just got to correct that. So I'd say that there weren't a lot of bad turnovers, and hell, we didn't step out of bounds, so that dog fence, that invisible fence worked. Maybe I'll put it on a market for basketball.
Tom, Gabe obviously against Louisville was able to kind of get you guys jump-started. He did that again tonight. So what have you liked out of maybe his aggressiveness on the offensive side to get you guys going in the first half?
Well, contrary to probably Kenny Smith, I love Gabe Brown. You know, I do. But he has his moments when, you know, he gets it going and then he doesn't figure out, you know, and understand time and possession. What we were disappointed with our wings in general was the way they guarded. You know, they were so good the first half and so poor the second half. And Gabe struggled to guard today, and he's struggling to rebound the ball like we think he can. So we're fine with his offense. We know he's going to make shots. We don't worry about that. We got to get more out of him defensively, and we got to get more out of him rebounding the ball. And he knows it, and I think he's not fighting it. So it's going to improve. It's going to improve. I'd rather it's sooner than later, but it is going to improve.
Tom, against Louisville, you guys shot better than your season average in all 3 categories: field goals, 3 points, free throws. Same thing tonight as far as 3-point shooting and free throw shooting. What's been the difference in the last 2 games through the first 7 that you guys have shot better?
Well, I think we're getting some inside-out passes. You know, we're taking good threes. The threes we're taking are good. The twos we're taking are bad. So I think we're taking good threes. I know this, every game now, home game, we're coming in and shooting for a half hour a night before the game, just from the line in the auxiliary gym. We got almost a guy at every basket, a coach at every basket. So we've tried to spend even more time on it. But I think we're a good free throw shooting team. I just think this team seems to lose a little focus, you know, and some of that is not only maturity, and some of it is not only youth, but some of it is inexperience. You know, none of them have a great amount of experience. Gabe's probably got the most experience on my team. And so I'm I'm trying to look at it as that's something to do with it, and why we lose some focus to step out of bounds or miss free throws. You know, are we able to really home in? So that's what we're going to work on next.
Tom, let's talk about your favorite sport and one of your favorite guys. Do you see what Nick's doing this afternoon?
No, I'm not. Did they win? Are they winning?
They're up 41-24 with less than a minute to go.
Yeah, you know, and I don't bet against Nick. You know, never have, never will. Unbelievable though, because I did think Georgia was really good, but I'm not wasting my hard-earned money on betting against Nick Saban. So happy for Nick. You know, it's been a weird year for him. There were times I watched their games and they didn't look very good. He just kept grinding, you know, kept expecting guys to do their job, kept hammering on them. So it makes me feel good, happy for him.
With Minnesota coming up next week and Big Ten play starting, I'm wondering how much you feel like these kind of grind of games in terms of close games and things that you wanted to get worked on, how much do you feel like that's kind of springboarding you into what the Big Ten
I think it's going to help us a lot, you know, especially those 3 or 4 games. And we did have to really, I was talking to John Calipari earlier this morning, and he was just saying, you know, that's one thing we've done. We played a schedule that we're playing teams, and we had to win games down the stretch, and we had to do some things, and sometimes we didn't do them as well, but we were in those situations, and I think that's going to help us as the Big Ten comes. So we're looking forward to it. You know, it's still weird for me being in the league as long as I've been in the league to think that I'm playing 2 Big Ten games in December before final exams, but it is what it is. You know, there's other teams that are playing. I think you see the conference is underway. I mean, the Purdue game was a hell of a game. I was a little surprised, especially without Kenyon Murray in there. But everybody's tough. Conference play is so much different than regular season play. In Minnesota, they've won some games. They won a tough, close game last week. Ben has done a great job with his team. They got 2 guys that really, really shoot the ball. And last year we went up there and got our clocks cleaned. I mean, we got dismantled up there. And so, you know, I'm looking forward to hopefully getting some good practice days in and playing better when we go up there on Wednesday.
What did you think of Max, giving him a little bit of a challenge defensively? How do you think he played today?
Well, I give him a challenge every week. You know, he's going to guard one of the best guys. And, you know, I don't know what I mean, I think Rollins is a hell of a player. You know, now he shot 30%, so, and 1 of 7 from the 3. And it wasn't an easy job. I mean, that was a weird, you know, 21 points. But I've been so pleased with Max's defense in general, but I also think that it's got to be frustrating for him to miss some of the shots he's missed. And I thought today was one of the first days I saw it bother him. He's got to get over that because, you know, he shoots it well, Gabe shoots it well. And, you know, I thought when you start out, you take a couple of tough 2s or you miss a couple of 3s, then your confidence, I mean, shooting is so much about confidence, especially when you're young. I mean, Gabe has no conscience, so it doesn't bother Gabe as much. But freshman, I think it does. So we tried to go to him early and get him a few shots. We did get him a few shots that were great shots. And then I thought we all pressed on the perimeter, even as good as Jayden. I thought, you know, he made some great 3s, but took some tough 2s by jumping back and falling back and didn't make a lot of those. So he was 3 for 3 from 3 and 0 for 4 from 2. And so we're going to have to work on that too now, you know, free throw shooting, get that solved. Now we got to work on our 2-point shooting, and we had to work on our 3-point shooting. That's all part of the process of hopefully a great season.
Anything else, guys?
Well, I'm sure you'll all go home and watch the game. I won't. I'll go watch the replay of Nick's game. But that's good, man. There's only a minute left, you said?
Done.
So